We offer customized, flexible nutritional counseling designed specifically for you. We work with diverse clientele of all different ages, different needs, and goals. Whether you are looking for fat loss, muscle gain, body composition shifts, improved health, performance, and endurance, we're here to help.
All right. The Arnold Classic Champion 2023, Samson Dauda. What's up, dude?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How's it going?
Good, man. First, thank you for doing this. And for people that don't know, you were the first elite professional bodybuilder that I've ever interviewed back 3 years ago during COVID.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
And yeah. And you had just done that show where you were like locked in the hotel room.
Yeah. The South Korea one. Yes.
Yeah, right. The Korean one. Right. Yeah. And that was the first time I ever interviewed you. And it's paying off in dividends because now you're the Arnold Classic Champion and you came back.
It's crazy, right? Honestly. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, nowhere would have thought when we were doing that interview back then. 2 years later, this is where we would be. You know,
I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah.
But in that first interview we did, because I had you on twice, in that first interview we did, I said, you're probably going to be able to win the Arnold Classic because you have that perfect structure. Future Arnold Classic USA champion. And I truly believe that. I really do believe that. Samson Dauda. And the reason I say that, dude, is basically you fit the mold of the majority of Arnold Classic USA champions. When you look at Cedric and you look at Flex and Kevin Levrone, when I see you, that's the image of a bodybuilder I see. I see that perfect, symmetrical, balanced bodybuilder.
You actually did say that. You said that, you know, the Arnold is going to be your thing. You're going to be able to win that. And honestly, to see it come to pass now, it's like, oh, wow. It's disbelief, man. But yeah, you did see it coming.
Yeah, I did. Because, I mean, I'm a huge bodybuilding fan, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that you can't change is your structure. That's God-given. And when you look at somebody like you or even like Andrew Jacked, and that's just God-given structure, the wide shoulders, the quad sweep, the small waist. And I knew back then, just by seeing you, that if this guy just puts more size on, nobody could beat him, you know? And that's exactly what you did.
Yeah. It's you know, honestly, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, what would be bodybuilding? Like I said, bodybuilders like Flex Miller, you know, Sean Ray, those guys, they're the ones that I saw their physique and I was so blown away by it. And for me, I was like, man, to even ever come close to having a physique like that would be an achievement in itself. So to kind of be in this position now and seeing that and being able to talk to those guys and call them on the phone, it's another world, man. It really doesn't, you know, it doesn't sink in as you think. It doesn't all of a sudden you feel like, yeah, well, of course I'm doing that. It doesn't get like that at all, man. You're still in a dream world and you're still in that point where it all feels so real to you. And it's just unbelievable, man. It's really, you know, I couldn't be happier with the way things are turning out.
Yeah. Well, it's a tribute to you and your drive, your work ethic. Because a lot of people think this stuff comes overnight. It doesn't. It takes years and years and years. Yeah. And you have a good support system between your wife and Milos. I mean, you really can't get much better than that. And Hostel, right? And Fouad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And this is the thing, like, you know, people, you know, they miss out the fact of how much work that this actually takes. And it's not just for myself, it's a system that's around you. You know, you can have all the drive and everything to work, but if you don't have that backbone, those people to kind of keep you in check and keep you on track and keep you focused and so carry the load with you, it's easy to fall to place, man. And, you know, that's why I have, and I was lucky to have that, you know, coming up quite soon and have that system sort of played out for me where the people that are closest to me, the people that really want to see me do well, and they in this industry and they want to see me succeed in that way, and they support me through it. And having them, you were just more given that, you know what, you will achieve your goal if you just keep working hard and having them support you.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you have people that believe in you like that, it definitely helps you tremendously. You know, there's no question about it because it's not blind. It's, you know, there are people that look in the mirror and go, yeah, I could do this. But when other people are going, you could do this, you know, especially top people like Fouad and Milos, you go, well, I could do this. You know, it's just the God's honest truth. Now, so what has changed for you since? I mean, I know you're $300,000 richer now, but what has changed for you?
Man, everything's changed, man. Honestly, it's because I'm like, obviously, I did the show before, and I did Arnold last year, and it was a big come out for me. You know, placing foot for the Arnold last year, it was a big come out for me. For me, it felt like after that, life changed. It was like, wow. Now you almost like that notoriety, and everybody so knows who you are and see you coming. And that was like, wow, you know, this is crazy. This is a lot. You know, now the world knows, you know, bodybuilding know who I am and all that stuff. And you start getting a lot of support system and everything else, and opportunities are based off that. But coming up the Arnold stage now, man, it's another world. It's everything feels different. Everything feels like, holy crap. You know, you're not just recognized in your gym or where you are, you recognize everywhere you go. People are like, oh man, oh Sam, you won the Arnold. And it's not like the opportunity and everything else coming. Like really, the minute you go off that stage, I mean, my phone hasn't never stopped ringing since that point. The minute you go off that stage and it's like, okay, I'm sitting there 1 minute, just taking my breath and sitting in the corner of the stage going, okay, let me just, all right, let's okay, slow down. Just catch your breath. You just want an Arnold. And before I come to me, and he's looking at me going, Sam, you just want a freaking Arnold. And we're looking at each other, freaking out, going, we just want a fucking Arnold. Like, you know, freaking out that moment. And then, you know, the pro shows up and goes, Sam, you know, congratulations. You're now one of the few men that's won an Arnold champion. Welcome to the club. And he's like, okay, so tomorrow morning, we're going to be here at 9 o'clock. Photo shoot with VIPs at 12 o'clock. It's at 12, 10 o'clock. And you're standing there going, huh?
Yeah. You can't even process it.
He doesn't process it. And the next day, you know, you're standing on stage with all the likes of legends like Richard Gaspar, Flex Wheeler, Sean Ray, you know, Kai Green, all these top names, and you're sitting on stage with them, having an interview with them. And you're just like, when did this even happen? Like, how did like, within this weekend, a day, like less than 24 hours, I'm going from here to here. And you just can't process the change mentally fast enough.
Right.
And how everything just twist and go crazy. And your mind just going, this is unreal. This is unreal. You're standing backstage with these guys and Ronnie and you know, Lee Haney and all these guys. They're all backstage and they're all laughing and joking around. And you're just standing going, this is the most craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, you couldn't put words to explain how that feels.
Yeah.
You're just in disbelief, you know. And it doesn't come down. You just don't come down from that. And you're thinking, okay, after a while, a few days, you're going to calm down. You're going, okay. It doesn't. You literally are up there the whole time. And every time I walk in and I look at it, now the guy got a trophy in my living room next to my TV. And every time I still look at it, I'm just thinking, I can't believe you got that.
Yeah.
It really feels that way. You don't, it feels nuts. It feels nuts. And you know, the thing is, you work hard for it and you go in the mindset, I can win it. I know I can win. I can win. But when it actually happens, it's almost like you have all the mindset to get you there. But when you actually get there, you're just shocked that you are there. You just look around going, holy shit. It did. Like, holy shit. Like, what happens now? What? I didn't think this big through. I only thought of winning. I didn't think, okay, when you win it, what do you then actually do and stuff? So it's changing and it's all positive and it's all like, man, it's overwhelming stuff. And you can't help but just look at your life and feel grateful for it and say, all that struggle, all that hard work, everything else. I knew this was going to be the result. I would have gone through that 2 times over.
Right.
It's worth it, you know. And it really feels that way.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy feeling. It's
right.
Honestly, the best thing ever.
I go to the same gym as Sean Clarita, and when he first won the 212, they have a big memorial of him in the gym.
Oh, wow.
And they have like there's a little a sign outside that says home of the 212 Mr. Olympia.
Oh wow!
At the gym, did they do anything like that for you yet?
Oh no, the UK, you know, UK too. I mean, this is one thing I love about US, man. You know, they know how to celebrate victory. They know how to celebrate results. Because even the minute, you know, I got on a plane, I was thinking of champagne. There was like congratulations and everything.
Really.
And you felt like, holy crap! Okay, this is not just the bodybuilding thing. This is the worldwide thing. This we know what you just done. Congratulations thing. You know, UK they're a bit more preserved than that. You know, although obviously you go to the gym guys, but you know, oh man, congratulations. They were just a lot more reserved in terms of that. And part of me is like, oh, that's all thing. But at the same time, I realized that this is the environment I grew in. You know, this is the environment I evolved in. You know, coming back and having, everybody knows who you are, they know what you achieved, but they keep you grounded forward. You know, they congratulate you and they're like, wow, honestly, great job and everything else. But you're in that environment where the next day after you go back to training, everything's just cool.
Yeah,
So you stay grounded at that point. Your training stays focused, everything. You never get to the point where it's so up there and you get so in your head that you don't all of a sudden lose track of what got you there in the first place.
Right.
So that's why, as much as it is, and I do appreciate obviously that, but at the same time, I understand how that has always helped me stay grounded and stay focused on what the task is and know that it's not over.
Yeah, well, you obviously did stay grounded because my podcast is very small, and you were like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it," and it means a lot to me, dude. So,
because like this is the thing, like I've always thought about this promotion going, look, a lot of people were there when I was coming up, and they didn't know who I was. They didn't care that I wasn't big. They didn't care. They did a lot of favors for me because they seen potential. But now that we've seen potential come to fruition, the same people that were there to say, "Hey, bro, look, come on, boss, come help me out with this." Oh, no, I'll give you a hand with that. The same people I go back to and say, "Yo, you helped me when I didn't have anything. I was struggling. Yo, I'm here for you now."
thanks a lot, brother. That means a lot to me.
The most, you know.
Thank you, sir. So you put on a lot of size. You were what, 296 on stage or 297?
Yeah, 296. I probably on stage, I probably dried out, but coming in the week before the show, Monday before the show, I was 297.
Wow. And what were you? Do you remember what you were at the Arnold last year?
280.
What did you do? I know you were training with Milos, and I know he's a fucking on the Mount Rushmore of coaches. But what was different that you put so much size on within a year?
We've been going steadily. I remember this was the first off-season because I remember when we finished last year. I remember when I started working with Milos, we started working halfway through the prep. Right. I was already prepping. I did we did 5 shows back to back to back.
Wow.
And throughout that whole show, even then having I think we had a rebound phase and then started prepping for the Arnold. We never had an off-season. We just had that period. And his protocol and what he did for me, he could see how much I responded to it. Because I was
that's for sure.
Sized in between shows. And he was blown away. We were like, this is crazy. Like, it's insane how well you respond to these things. So he was like, I remember when we finished the Arnold, then he was like, you know what? I'm over this offseason, I'm going to put 30 pounds on. I'm laughing right here because it's that easy, you know. But then we kind of went into the offseason for the first time with him and having that protocol. And he showed me how, okay, this is the way you're going to do things, the way you're going to play with it. And I just blew up.
Yeah. Well, you were in the offseason, were you 320, 330? 330
in the offseason. And it felt, you know, it was crazy because the thing is, you know, we were so thinking, 330 must have been fine and overweight and everything else. No, 330, we still had freaking tight waist, we have abs. That,
right.
You know, so we made sure we kept it nice and even in the offseason, but we were growing. And this is the thing, like, it wasn't forced growing. It wasn't like, man, you're pushing everything. It wasn't. My body just naturally wanted to grow at that stage, and it was just doing it. Right. And it was so insane that we're trying to look at it going, okay, there's a lot of size and a lot of things that happen, but okay, would you keep it when you die down? Because we all know this is all fresh new muscle. How much would you keep it when you die down? I mean, said to me, going, don't worry, you keep it. You keep the majority of it. And I'm kind of like, okay, you know what? He goes, look, because what it is like, it feels like you've been running with chains on this whole time. And for the first time, you're not having the backbone to take them chains off, and everybody's not responding to it. So you will. So when we come and dive for the show, we came back down. It's like, okay, the muscles that we actually put on were still there. And we kind of actually lowered that in. He was still like, man, you're still big dude. You still kind of mass in it. And it just kind of showed like, okay, it just seems like this, you know, Milos plan profile he has me on. It's just so efficient in terms of me putting on size that even between the Olympia and Arnold, we go harder, but we didn't lose any size for it.
That's right.
And you kind of look at it going, at this point, it must feel crazy because it just feels like your body just wants to grow.
Yeah.
And you're just looking at it going, okay, I'm not trying to push it, I'm not trying to do anything, but it just wants to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know? And it's a deal because I would say we were like, when we did the whole Olympia, we did all the competition every month because we didn't want to get caught up in the idea of, okay, you got to be big, you got to be big. We were like, no, we know you got to get you shredded. So throw the scales to the side. And I told them, so, you know, take the batteries out because I don't want to know. Let's just focus on look and see how high we can bring it down. And, you know, we died hard for the Olympia. We really pushed down for the Olympia. And we kind of brought that look, like we said, okay, right, this is good looking, everything else. But obviously, they said, okay, they wanted us title for me. But funny enough, I actually dieted harder for the Olympia than I did for the
Really?
Arnold. Because actually coming off the Arnold Olympia, I had 2 weeks break of just kind of resting up, live your body rest, eat whatever, just relax.
Mhm.
And then we started prepping for the Arnold. And we kind of started going, okay, let's start playing the food now. We made a tiny bit of cut, and the changes were just like, what the hell is going on? And each weekend, we have a check in the middle going, honestly, I want to cut your food, but you're getting you're looking sharper just by it's going, and you're holding on to someone's size, and you're looking good week by week. I'm just going to, let's just leave it. Let's just see where it takes us.
Right.
And every week, it just kept on happening. Every week, he looks at me going, boy, okay, I'll make a tiny bit of cuts because this is crazy. You're getting harder, and you're still big. So time after time and time, we just kept on doing that. The amount of, I was on more food this prep than I was in the Olympia.
Oh, wow.
You looked a lot harder for it. And you're just kind of like, okay, it looks like, this is the sweet spot, trying to diet you down, like push you that far. You got your nice shirt, but you lost a little bit of something there, that pop and everything else. But this time, it just seemed to all just click together. And we're seeing it now. We're just like, okay, because I remember even like we were about 3 weeks out. And I'm posting sending Milas my updates, and he was looking, going, this is unreal. This is crazy. Like how much your body's changing, but how much definition and everything else is coming out now. It's something that we've never seen before. And he goes, and you're not losing weight. You're not losing smaller for it. If anything, you're looking bigger as you're coming down. And at this point, 3 weeks out, the last thing you're ever thinking about is, well, am I putting on size? But if you hold on, you just want to get shredded.
Right.
But when you're looking at it going, you're tightening up, but you're still big.
Right.
Me and guys in the gym are going, dude, and you look bigger now than you did before the Olympia. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is happening, man. Look, I don't know what's happening. I'm just going with it, And that's just what happened. And, even here now, people are, oh, you don't need any more size. You don't need any more size. And he's thinking, and I laugh and going, you guys actually think I'm trying to put on size. The funny thing is, my body just wants to grow. And, and the lines are staying there and the waist is small. Or should I then, be like, okay, when I go to the gym, I'm not going to train so hard because I don't want to put on any more size. I can't control that if he's going to do it. It's just going to happen.
Right.
So you see that, and it's like.
Plus, those guys that say you don't want to put any more size. I mean, when you have to be on stage and you have to stand next to Big Ramy, Nick Walker, Andrew Jack. I mean, those guys are massive human beings. You're gonna have to put the size on with the complete package, the structure and that's the only way you beat those guys is the size plus the structure and the conditioning, and that's exactly what you did.
And this is the thing, because we even had the same look. This is coming from the Arnold. We knew the same thing. We're like, look, with guys like Nick Walker, Heidi, and Derek, I'm not gonna out condition them. I mean, come on, I'm not gonna because I don't have that skin texture. I will never out condition them.
Right.
So the idea when we even come into the Arnold, we're like, for me to try to push that get that kind of condition, I'm gonna lose body parts. It's gonna look like you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, you're conditioning up, but you're stringy. You don't have that pop anymore. So we knew that. We're like, it makes no sense for me to chase their game because it's not your game. It will never work for you. You end up losing more than you actually gain from conditioning and everything else. So we're like, look, what we gotta do is get you conditioned enough to highlight your strengths. Let them lines be so deep and so separated that you see that separation. Let you get that waistline, that roundness. That is your strength. The small waist, the big flaring quads, the shoulders, the chest, those are your strengths. Get the condition to the point where you can stand part to part enough to highlight those strengths and let the judges then go, okay, what do they want to see? Because if you try to do anything else, you play someone else's game, you're going to end up failing. So this is what we so hard mindset going into Arnold was, okay, we couldn't play that game. We could get as hard as we want, but if I carry on going, I'll just end up, okay, the back is gone, shoulders is gone. All the new muscles you put anywhere is gone. And then it's like, oh, you end up looking a bit more stringy than what you should, like you did in Olympia. And they be like, oh, he doesn't look as impressive as he did in Olympia. And then all of a sudden now he's looking more in a negative way. So we really wanted to make sure that wasn't the game we end up playing. And we kind of played it this way, and it seems that I just came together. Yeah,
you and Milos seem to be playing chess.
Yeah.
When the majority of people are playing checkers.
Well, this thing, because we have to compare against what we're going with. I mean, we get the judges' feedback, because I remember after the Olympia, we listened to their feedback, and they said, okay, right, we want your midline, your midsection a lot tighter, and we want you to be in better condition. I was like, okay, that's my homework. Immediately, they told me that I started training abs 3 times a week. I started pushing that stuff. I started making sure that we kept that completely in check. We started pushing for better conditioning. That was it. He was like, okay, anything else is irrelevant. This is what they say they want to see. That's all we need to focus on. Now, I've been standing there and I'm just training glutes 3-4 times a week, trying to get my glutes striated, and it's like, it's not happening. I'm like, Milas is like, look, you're going to kill yourself trying to do that. It's not going to happen. And I'm still saying, yeah, but I want to try. So I was training glutes 3 times a week. Like, literally pushing up, trying to see if I can get it that way. I got tight as I possibly I've never done in my life, and they still weren't striated. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, what would I have to then do to get that if it's not something that is possible for me? So it was one of the things where he kind of drummed into me going, look, you're going to chase something that is probably not in your genetics to be able to have. And by trying to get that, you're going to lose something that you already have that is a powerful tool. Mm. So just be mindful of what you're doing, just be mindful of how you're doing. And I still tried anyway. Mm-hmm. We got tighter, but it still wasn't there. So I'm like, okay. So now it's almost a time where you have to sort of say, okay, play your game. You have to understand the idea of playing your game, because a lot of noise and a lot of listening to he said and what they said, it can interrupt your mindset and your train of thought and what because it's one thing if the judge had come back to me after Olympia going, hey Sam, yeah, we need you to have striated glutes for the next show. Then I'm like, okay, shit. Now right. Well, they just said, look, come in tighter than you did then and keep your abs in check. Okay. Right. That's exactly my homework. I don't need to think it. I don't need to do anything. And I kept on coming back to that same message and that same feedback every time through the prep when I thought I was running away and my mind was running the wrong way. And I'm thinking, I got to get more shred, I got to get more this, I got to get more that. And I kept on coming back to the same feedback when they didn't say anything else. They said this. That was your homework. That's right. Just do your homework. Don't do anything. Just do your homework. Focus on doing your homework the best you can. And then when we brought to the stage, they looked at it and it was like, that's exactly what we asked for. That's what we said you should do. And that's it, Right.
Now everybody is kind of like, now you're in the conversation for an Olympia win. You're in the conversation with Derek, with Nick, with Hadi. Do you feel a lot of pressure now going into this next Olympia?
I know I'm going to feel it later. Because I was watching that the other day, and I think it was the Olympia TV, and I'm hearing, and Bobby's saying that, and Flex and all them guys saying, yeah, you think you can have the Olympia. And it's just crazy, man, honestly, because people sort of think like your mindset changes when you get to a certain level. Like automatically you wake one morning and go, yeah, I'm a champion now. Of course I'm going to win the Olympia. Yeah. Work like that. You're still exactly you. Your mindset is still you. So when you're thinking, okay, I've always had to believe that one day I might be able to win the Olympia. Yeah, one day I'm going to win the Olympia, one day. But it's always that idea of one day. Mm-hmm. When they all of a sudden say, okay, yeah, I think we can win it this year. All of a sudden it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now knowing that, okay, you now have to somehow let your mind catch up with your body, because your body's growing and your mindset now has to change and say, okay, right, you need to start believing in it. And I know that it's a good thing that we have this actually a few months of off-season, because I think this is something that obviously every session I go to the gym, everything I do, I need to start drumming that into my head and drumming that into every session, going, okay, you're going into win the Olympia. Yeah. You're going there to just place your bets and say, okay, how good you can do. You're going there for that victory. You've proven time and time again that you can do it. You just done the Arnold, you just done that. Now you're going in for that mindset that you can win the Olympia. Yeah. I know I've drum that in so hard that it becomes who you are by the time you get to the Olympia. And regardless of what the pressure, of course, it's going to be pressure. There's no anybody who thinks that you're going into a show like this, especially with this art, is not feeling any sort of pressure. You're deluding yourself. You're lying. Yeah. There is pressure. There was pressure last year going into the Olympia already. So you do feel that. But the idea is, what do you do with it? You can either let it break you, or you let it mold you into something that you've never been before. Mm-hmm. And this is where I look at it. It's like, okay, let the pressure happen. I've never folded on it before. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it shakes you, but you've never folded. You've never backed down. You've never fallen apart under it. You've always do it every single time. So why should this be any different?
Right. Well, your track record speaks for itself. You've only increasingly gotten better and better and better. So we can only assume you're going to be better at the Olympia. That's basically how it works. Yeah. When you were backstage, who in the open impressed you the most? Who did you look at backstage and go, wow?
I'm gonna tell you no lie, man. I saw Rami and I was impressed.
Really?
Honestly, because he came in big, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw him. I was like, damn, okay, he big, he big, he big.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Yeah.
He went back to kill the fuck out. He came back big boy now. So I remember we were standing back, going on one by one, and I was watching the screen, and I saw him walk on. And I watched him do his walk on, and I was like, damn, okay. He brought it. He made sure that he was better than the Olympia.
Right.
I was like, okay. Him, it was like, damn, 2 times Mr. Olympia. He's just come back off that thing. He's improved so much. And I was thinking, man, okay, you know what? If they reward him with a win, I won't be mad. I'll be like, okay, I get it.
Right.
I get it. I can see why, you know. So when we kind of did the call outs and everything else, and we stood there about to obviously do the first call out, and then they said, oh, Sam and Rani switch. And I turned around, I looked to the side, and I was like, is that the middle?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And then we swap around, I go to the middle. I'm like, oh, damn, okay. So when you're backstage, you see everybody else where you don't see yourself. So
Right. Yes.
the mindset is everybody looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, of course.
You can't see you. So you just see everybody looks freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, the doubt might start to creep in, everything started to creep in. But I remember I was sitting there backstage myself and thinking, I don't care. I said I was coming to win this thing. I do not give a damn who turns up. I gotta come in on that stage. I go on that stage and fight like I'm here to win this thing.
Right.
Nothing else will suffice. I don't care if he's on or he's off, whoever is the best. I know I brought my best. I've done everything I can to win this thing. So when we were on that stage and they were doing that call out, I was like, shit. And I looked over and I was like, oh, they have me in the middle. I'm like, okay, all right. So this is not just me talking to myself in my head. This is something that's actually a possibility. We have to roll, you know?
Right. Now, after prejudging,
yeah,
what did Milos say to you? Because it was close.
Honestly, it was crazy because what happened, right? We finished prejudging, and you know, people that don't know, like after prejudging, and you go in the final, especially when you know that okay, you're fighting for that top spot. When you can tell, okay, this seems like the case. It is nerve-wracking.
I can only imagine.
It's insane what it feels like. So we get out of there and we run straight back to the hotel. And automatically 1,000 thoughts go into your head. What can I do to better this tomorrow? What can I do? What just happened? How did it go? Did we mess up? And remember, when you're on stage and you're going to the pose and you're switching around, you don't really know if you're fading or you're sharp or you're hard or who's looking good. Or you can't see anything. You just, your poses are going after the round. You can't see what your body's doing. So when you come off stage and you go head back, you want your people to be there to tell you what happened. They got to break it down what basically they've seen or what happened. So you don't know that. You just think, okay, it looks good, but I need them to let me know what should happen. So when we get back to the hotel, it's almost a conversation. Okay, what the hell?
Right.
Did we just see what we did? Did I just experience it? And they feed it back and they give it back to me. I remember me and my missus, we went back in and she's telling me, oh, this is a feeling we've never felt before. This is something crazy. We were waiting for Milos to like show up and come back. So Milos back in the room. He comes in and Milos got this big smile on his face. he's well and truly excited. And he's like, we're winning this thing. Yes, we're going to win this thing. Let's go. And then he's looking at me, we're like, okay, right. And he's like, okay, what we want to do is just like, wake up tomorrow, we'll go to sleep, wake up tomorrow morning, and let's see what you look at first in the morning, and then we'll play from here by there. But right now, don't do anything. Have 2 liters of water to drink through the night, wake up tomorrow morning, and then we go from there. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. And the nerves, and trying to sleep under those circumstances, you can imagine it's, you don't talk about just, you don't talk about just on a pro show. You talk about you're in point to win an Arnold.
Right.
And you're right there. And you're about to, and at this point, it's already gone 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock midnight, and you're about trying to get some sleep.
Right,
right. And you got to sleep. It's one of the hardest things to do.
I can only imagine because I have, everybody has certain stresses and you can't sleep when you're, I can only imagine what that's like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I had interviewed, I had the benefit and to interview Hunter.
Yeah.
And we talked about a lot of the negative feedback that he got after the Olympia. And he told me that he had to shut his phone off and not look at it for like 2 weeks because he had to just get rid of it. With every success, there are going to be people that, You know, you're going to get haters. And there's a lot of people online on social media saying that Nick got robbed. Nick should have Nick should have won. And even Nick, to his credit, Nick came out and like told his fans to back off because Samson won, and that's it. What do you say about that? What can you say about that?
You know what, right? I know there's never gonna be a show this big where it was this close and you really have to be unhappy with the results. Right. It's never happened. Be it the Olympia, be it the Arnold, be it whatever show you can see where you had 2 guys, 3 guys going for it, had it head to head. One of them, everybody else is going to be unhappy.
Right.
Only the winners are going to be happy. So with that thing, it's a simple fact, man. Honestly, what happens is you get so flooded with so many positive messages and so many people that love you and believed in you and followed your journey that your phone doesn't stop ringing. And you're speaking to everyone that honestly, you miss it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I didn't even know that was the case until a few days ago.
Oh, well, good.
Because honestly, it was like, I came home and we had a wedding, and literally, I was bombarded. So many people, speaking to so many people that were just, it was all positive, it was all love and everything else. I didn't really even know that was happening. And even, I saw Nick's post and I commented, "Oh, bro, man, you're champion and everything else." And people, the people coming that were getting back was like, "Oh, man, he was saying this." And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't see any of that. Because all I know was that minute on stage, when I won, all I saw and all the pros on there were happy for me.
Right.
They were happy that happened. I went up to Nick and he told me, "Congratulations, bro, you did it. I always believed in you." And that's all I ever need to know. I don't need to know anything else. I don't care who said what, who said this. Not my problem.
Yeah.
Because it won't change. This is one thing, like, look, I've been in the other end for a long time. Where I've been in shows and I've been second, been third, and people thought I should have won a place higher. And I know what it feels like. I know what it's like, people saying that and people kind of lashing out. But I always thought the same thing, like, none of that going to change the results.
That's right.
None of it, all it is, it's not going to change anything. It's already done. The job is done. There's nothing, it's not going to go back and change anything.
Right.
So why pay time with it? Why pay attention to it? Why don't just move on? So one thing I've sort of learned in my past, especially when I've been in a position where I haven't won shows that, people believe that I should have won or been better. I just say, look, on to the next one.
Yeah, that's it. It's very hard for people to separate emotion from an unbiased point of view. It's real. I believe I have the ability to do it. Now, of course, I was rooting for you the whole time because, like I said, you were the first guy that I interviewed. So I wanted you to win. I was rooting for you at the Olympia. I was rooting for you at the Arnold. But, all the consensus was like, "Oh, Nick's going to win. Nick's going to win." So I was like, all right, yeah, maybe Nick could win this. Yeah, I could see that argument, definitely. But emotionally, I was saying, no, I want Samson to win, right? So, but a lot of people can't separate the two. I mean, you see that in everything, in sports and politics and everything.
Yeah.
But all the guys all the influencers who really know what they're talking about, like a Dave Palumbo, a Nick Trigili, a King Kamali, you go down the line, Olympia TV. I mean, all Dennis, what's his name? Dennis James. Everybody said you deserve the win. And it was, and even what's his name was on MD, because I have the show on MD now. Who's the other British bodybuilder?
Oh, not James Hollingshead.
No, not James Hollingshead. The other British bodybuilder. I don't think he competes anymore. He did a show with Giles. I can't remember his name. You know who he is. I can't remember his name. But even he said, he broke it down. He's like, look, if Nick has a 1 to 5 and he's a 5 on size and he's a 5 on conditioning, and Andrew Jack has a 5 on shape and but a 5 on conditioning, but he lacks the size. And then he said, but Samson had a 5 across the board, his shape and symmetry, his conditioning, and his size. So that's why you give him the win. But a lot of people just can't separate the emotion from, a lot of people are so fans of such a bodybuilder or whatever, they just don't want to accept.
You know what? I think indirectly that's what made the sport exciting, because you're never going to have, it's a opinionated sport. It's not a knock you out, and that's the end of it. It's an opinion sport. So no matter the way you look at it, you're always going to get that. It's just, it doesn't matter what show it is, whatever it is, there's always going to be fans of people that will just, that's what's going to happen.
Right.
So as bodybuilders and pro ourselves, we got to learn that, look, this is what comes with it. This is what comes with territory. This is what comes with this. What accept it, choose to accept and move on with it. You know, because I know for that if I come second, I'm not going to stand there going, oh, you know what, hey, what the hell, I didn't deserve it. I'll be like, oh, congratulations, man. Hell, I'll be proud. I'll be like, damn, I just came second on the freaking Arnold. You know, like I've done it multiple shows where I haven't been one, and I thought, damn, I swear I thought I had that. But then, I can't, nothing I can possibly say or do will change what just happened.
Right.
All I can do is go back and be better. That's it.
That's it.
You know, that's all I can do, you know. So you have to sort of distance yourself from that and just focus on, you know, because every single time I do a show, I get so many, literally 99% of all the messages I get are all positive.
Right.
So it'll be completely, almost disrespectful to those people that are sending me positive messages, but like, okay, but I see you guys, but I'm just going to go focus on all the negative shit right here.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah, no,
it sounds weird, but I mean, think about how can imagine I just won the show and then I'm there on one of these channels, bad mouth and say, who the hell think I didn't win? Who the hell can? It'd be the most stupidest and weird thing in the world. You'd be like, really? So for me, I mean, honestly, it's just for me. I just think, you know, okay, but we all have, you know, we all have favorites, we all have things, and we're all going to feel that way one way or the other. But I can't focus on that. You know,
right?
When I focus, like, look, there's a whole lot of people here that congratulate me for something that's absolutely insane that just happened. So hell, I'm so over the moon about that. Well, so I'm not going to focus on. Please, I'm going to party with them.
Right. Bodybuilding is definitely more exciting now. I mean, you are part of the crop that have kind of the new guys that have kind of bumped the old guys out, and whether it was Father Time or you guys are just better, whatever the reason is. But now you have, this is, and I keep saying this on my MD show or my own show, this is a new golden era.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got now you got Hardy, Derek, Nick, Andrew Jack. These guys are quality. You guys are quality bodybuilders. And I don't think there's been a lineup like this in a very, very long time.
And this one, this one saying the sport is so excited now. Yeah. And there's no show with them guys in it that you can say, oh, I can predict he's going to win, and that's it. Yeah, it's no clear. You look at it and go, holy shit, this is, I mean, look at this Arnold lineup. Everybody, 5, 10, like literally, how many guys could you pick to win this show?
Yeah.
And you look at it and go, holy crap, this is the lineup. Wow. Yeah. And this is where the competition is so close and the margin for error is so small that guys are stepping on the game so much that you're now seeing things that we've never seen before. And if he carries on like this for another 2 years, man, imagine what the physique are going to grow into.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question. I got one more question for you, and then I'm going to let you go, but it's more of a fun question.
Yeah.
Did you buy yourself anything fun? Did you buy a toy or anything like that?
Man, honestly, I came home, and literally, because we came home, and then I had my wedding literally the Saturday after that. That's when I put it day after Arnold, like the weekend after Arnold's be on me. And we sitting here now, and everybody be like, okay, you know, when you're having like, you know, how people always say, like, if I win the lottery, what would you do?
Yeah.
You all have these big ideas in your head and everything else. And then you kind of think, okay, well, first I'm going to take some time off, and then I'm going to think about what I'm going to do with it.
Right.
So this is that period for me where I'm just like, okay, shit. All right. You got to be smart. What would you do?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. But you got to pay your taxes. That's first.
And this is it, you know. So you kind of have that mindset where it's like, okay, you know what, man? It's such a big thing. It's such a big change. It's such a big position I've never even dreamed of being in before. I'm like, all right, okay. One thing I know for a fact I want to do is definitely I want to get bigger home. I don't want to get family house, you know, just need to get a bigger place.
Yeah,
that's one thing I know that is definitely in my cards. I'm like, that's one thing I got to get on.
Well, that's going to happen. That goes without saying. Did you buy your wife anything nice?
Oh, yeah.
I knew that.
It's not if you buy your wife, and it's like, did she get?
Right. What'd you get? Like one of those fancy bags or jewelry or?
No, man, my lady, she's not like that, man. She's definitely not a lady type. She doesn't do, because even when we went like shopping and stuff afterwards, it definitely was like I think it's the first time in like a year or so that I've ever taken her shopping, you know.
Right.
And she was just out there just picking around. I was like, look, you know what, get whatever you want.
Yeah, right.
At this point, you've stuck with me for this long, and we've been through hell this last 6 months, so nothing is off the cards, man. Just enjoy yourself.
That's right. Yeah, you're a good man, and you can tell she's a good woman. So, you know, she deserves it, man.
Definitely, you know. So yeah, I think now at this age where we know we all love our parents, a lot of traveling to do and everything else. We just know that we want to enjoy the break of actually not being on prep because we've been doing this since August last year.
Right.
So just having that downtime now where we can really just kind of step down and be like, okay, we're not prepping anymore. Let's just enjoy us, enjoy this.
Right.
Because even after Olympia, you felt like, wow, first Olympia, top six. We didn't even get a chance to really enjoy that and take that in because we went back from prep straight after again.
Right.
Now is the first time we're actually letting it all sort of sink in and be like, wow, life is just never going to be the same. Life, everything's changing. You know, it's exciting. And it's really exciting. It's really fun, man.
Oh, how is Servius? Is that his name?
Cerberus, yes.
How's he doing?
Yeah, he's good, man. He's still being him and still pain in my ass at the same time.
Well, I actually had some bad news before. I think in October I had to put Hercules down. He was 14. Yeah. He was 14 and he was not doing so well. So we had to put him down. It was unfortunate. But now we have Ralphie, who was an old English bulldog.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I got that. That was my wife's Christmas present because my wife was a mess when Hercules went. You know, she was a disaster. Not for nothing, but when I went to the when we went to the clinic, they take full advantage of you. So what I mean by that is like they're nice and they take care of everything and they're cordial, but they're like, oh, because it was right before Christmas. Do you want a Christmas ornament of Hercules? So of course you say yes, right? And then they go, do you want a paw print of Hercules? And of course you say yes. And they go, do you want the ashes of Hercules in this very expensive box with a picture on them? And of course you say yes. And before you leave, you spent $1,000. You know, because how could you say no?
You know, taking advantage of your sorrow, man. That is
it's kind of fucked up.
That's cold. No, that's just like
it's fucked up. But now we got. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you say now you got the English bulldog.
Yeah, he's not an English bulldog. He's an old English bulldog. So so he's a little bit bigger and he's a little bit more athletic. So they get to around, you know, not very tall, maybe as tall as like a small pit bull, but then they get very wide. They get very wide. Yeah. So they did that breed to avoid all the health problems from an actual regular bulldog. Yeah.
That's something. Yeah. How is he?
Now he's 6 months old.
Oh, so yes, you have to go through the whole training part again.
Pain in the ass, man. It really is because he's not as, dogs like Cane Corsos and pit bulls. They're extremely smart and they're easy to train. This guy is dumb as a box of shit, man. I swear to God, I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, it's unbelievable.
Funny.
Samson,
that's true.
I want to thank you again. I really appreciate you coming on, man, and congratulations. And of course, I will be following you throughout your career. That goes without saying. And I will be staying in touch via Instagram as we usually do. And again, man, congratulations. All the love in the world, all the respect in the world. And thank you. And I will definitely see you soon.
Oh, thank you very much, man. We appreciate it, man. Appreciate you having me on, man.
Of course. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
I'll speak soon.
Later.
Later.